Good evening. Welcome to another episode of TatPeddler Live on a Tuesday. I'm hoping to do these more regularly now, probably every couple of weeks. So I'll just go through the chat. Thanks to Lucy T. I think looks like you were first, so congratulations on that. Hello, Leanne. Hello, Ali. Richard's in the chat. Peter's in the chat. Hello, Peter. Hello, Gary. Hello, Chris Tyler. The other Peter. The vinegar jar is in. Let's see who else is in. Damien's in. Hello. Fred Chapman. And I think that's it. So thanks a lot for everybody joining. Oh, Nick's just dropped in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I thought I'd pop on and go through some sales that I've had, the things I'm getting up to, what I've been listing today, and get some guests on and chat about how reselling is going in general. And on that, I have two guests already in the green room, so I'm going to add them now. I have Richard. Hello, Richard.
Derek. Hello, chat.
And I have Peter from
Hi,
Peter Ray's
everyone.
Adventure.
Hi, Peter.
And also Peter Cummins, the vinegar jar. Hello.
Oh.
So who else we got in? We've got Georgina's in, Mr. Skits, Underpants, and Tommy. So hello, and Chris B is in as well. That's great. So yeah, so how's everybody this evening?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Cool. Is all the audio okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, audio is fine, yeah.
I think you might be muted.
I am
Peter.
muted. I was. Am I okay now?
You're working. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a tricky little button on the earphone. I never know whether it's in or out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've had a lovely day because I've had a great day selling on eBay. I've had quite a few big sales, which was a bit unexpected. It's few items that have. Well, one that I put on recently, which is some of the Star Wars Lego I've been doing, which has been causing me all sorts of headaches. So that was 50 quid. I had another like £200 sale for something that's been on for about over 2 years. So
right, what was that?
It was a Weta workshop. Weta workshop did all the stuff for Lord of the Rings, and it was just a small little model of one of the scenes in Lord of the Rings, Weathertop lookout point, where Frodo gets stabbed by one of the Black Riders.
Did you mention that on a live recently? I seem to remember something about.
No, not that one. That one. I got 3 of them at a boot fair, and I can't remember how much they cost, but I think it was either 10 or 20 quid for all 3. And I sold one over a year ago for 200, and it went to Italy, and it got broken in transit. But it got covered by GSP. I was absolutely amazed that they just like forked out. I think it's when claiming on GSP was a bit easier than it is now. And the other 2 have been sitting around, and I've been sending offers of 170 because I had it on at 200 originally, brought it down. Then it always goes in a sale, so I think it's been offered for 150, and I'm pretty sure I did an offer to watchers for 170 a couple of days ago, but it's gone for 190 plus £10 postage to a guy in the UK. But it's an Argos pickup, so you just always think the worst, don't you? Like, oh, that's going to go wrong. But that's very nice. I was getting a bit all kind of, I don't know, I was getting a bit down on things, and it's amazing how something like that can perk you up. But that was nice. It's really weird.
Yeah.
The sales graph has been kind of like really dribbling along at nothing, and then just got a couple of spikes in it from that, so that's good.
Yeah, mine's up and down every day.
I know.
Some days I have a really good day, and sometimes I have nothing. Well, not nothing, but
There's no
Yeah.
rhyme or reason. You just got to keep going, and you keep sticking it on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So how about everybody else? How's your sales, Richard?
My sales have been pretty good. I think I've had three days in the last 31 where I think I had over 100.
That's
So,
pretty good.
yeah, I'm quite pleased. They've been pretty consistent as well throughout.
Yeah.
I listed a load of camcorders. Well, we had that £1 final value fee offer on.
Oh yeah.
A load of camcorders, and I've got 2 left. I think I listed 7, and they've all
Were they high value?
within a
They're
couple
quite
of
high
weeks.
value.
I sold the dearest one today, which was 129, I think, 129.99. But the others were around sort of 70 to 100.
It's always worth using these offers though when you can get them. The £1 final value fee. I just hope we get the credit back because I don't like it when they don't actually. Yeah, I can see you. There we go.
Hello.
Welcome, Andrew, from Mini Mental UK.
I've made it. Sorry, I'm late, gentlemen.
Busy saving the nation.
I have been very busy. I've just finished work. I've been at a temporary time where I thought I'd finished at like 6 o'clock, and then.
I thought you were having a bit of a hiatus off, or is that just Facebook?
I'm having a hiatus off my own YouTube, but I can appear.
Oh, okay. Well, you can gate crash Derek's. That's all right. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
No one's going to find you on my channel. Is that what you're trying to say?
I can't cause any carnage here.
I hope not. Don't want any carnage. So, are you still doing eBay? You've got all your stuff listed, I guess, but you're just selling whatever.
I'm just selling as and when, really. I'm not paying it any attention at the moment. Obviously got different priorities at the moment, but I'm still shipping out a few items a day, so sales are still coming through consistently. If I put some effort into it, I'd be cleaning up right now. Just seems to be a seller's market at the moment.
It's crazy. Yeah, I can't believe it. Really,
the priorities, though. It's the thing, isn't it? If you've got the priorities, it's difficult.
I'm selling stuff that I never thought I'd ever sell, to be honest. People are just seem to be going on eBay and going, buy.
Yeah.
Well,
things are slowing down a little bit for me, but initially I was selling things like FIFA. I sold a FIFA 12 or something like that for Xbox, and things that would never normally sell.
I've got rid of a few FIFAs. No Pro Evos, though. They're not going at the minute, but I'm holding hope out for them. But I am finding as well, one thing that is happening is returns have gone up.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because, returns for me was sort of a once in a blue moon thing, but now there's a lot more cases being raised, and it's all people who are new to eBay and whatever. Yeah.
They probably thought they can. Is it item not received, or is it item not as described?
They're trying to open ads, and then each time I'm having to, and it's false. It's false ads.
They just want a game for free or DVD. Or they've watched it and don't need it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty rubbish. How about you, Peter? How's your sales?
Yeah, sales have not been too bad. Up and down. Had good days and here and there. Basically, got to get more listed really, but I have noticed a lot of more cancellations.
Right.
Over the last few weeks, quite a few people who basically ordered the item, not necessarily pay for it, but then send you a message say, "Can you cancel it?" or that. I'm like, oh, okay, why actually bother to click buy when you don't want it? And I've also noticed a lot more people messaging, like for different various reasons, i.e., messaging you for details of an item or moaning about an item that you've got on. Like I had today, someone was moaning about a a little blue shopping trolley I got at a jumble, and moaning about like one of the handles, like if you could see it in a picture, and I was like, is that all you got to do all day long? Is just sit on a computer moaning about things?
Yeah.
It really annoys me, that does, but not a lot you can do.
No. So to everybody, how far would you go if you got a question like from a buyer? Like I got one today about a typewriter. How far would you go to try and answer their question if it means going to your storage and getting it out, testing it, and all that? Do you bother doing that, or would you just?
I just I just ignore questions most of the time, to be honest, unless it's something I can answer easily.
Yeah,
I don't at all. I would, try and answer it to try and get the sale.
Mm.
I'm not.
On the value, doesn't it? Whether it's, if you get like an £80 sale from a bit of effort, then it's probably.
I had one on a dictaphone. Some guy messaged me and he was telling me all these things, but he started the message off saying, "I don't intend to buy this, but I just want to let you know that this is."
Oh, I've had quite a few of them. Yeah,
I really felt like replying and going, "Oh, shut up," But no, if someone's potentially going to buy something, like I had one who was inquiring about like a 70 quid Lego kit that I've got, and they're in the States, and because it goes GSP, the postage is probably extortionate. So I'm going to find out how much it is to send it direct with insurance. So I'll do that, and normally I will, if it looks like it could get a sale, I'll answer it. But you're right, it can't be on like a £5 item. It's got to be on something over about 20-30 quid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and if it's been hanging around, I'll definitely sort of get on it. Definitely.
Yeah. Right, I'll show you the things I've been listing today. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, so I've been trying to get items that it's all obviously from the death piles. And I've been trying to get like the higher ticket items, because it's not really, I've got so much in there that I don't really need to mess around trying to fix any items at the moment, because there's still good stuff in there. Because I picked out a few hi-fis and stuff that need belts replaced and that sort of thing, so I put them back in and basically ignored them for now, because until I've run out of good stuff, I'd rather get all that listed.
Have you got like a stash of drive belts you can put on, or?
Yeah, I've got a little bag I got from China a long time ago. Came with like 100 different size belts. They're good. They seem to be good for boom boxes.
Yeah, I had one the other day though. I think it was a dictaphone, and I didn't have one. I needed a smaller one than I had, and I've got about 300 of them, and you're like, oh, bloody hell. But it is good to get those bags, because they're only a couple of quid, aren't they, to order those on Amazon?
I probably should order another bag, really, because I've used quite a lot of I would say the normal sized ones.
Yeah. But it is great when you go to a boot fair. Yeah, I've got something.
There you go. I'll make you full
screen. A little Chinese writing in blue or something. It's probably on it.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got. So we're all going to the same place. But it's great when you did go to boot fairs and someone sort of says, "Oh, the radio works, but the tape player doesn't work." And you're like, bring it on.
Yeah, it all depends on how easy it's to do. I've got a massive boom box there to replace the belts, but you've got to take all the circuit boards off to get to the belts. It's really annoying, but it is inexpensive. It actually cost me £100 from the auctions.
I had a mini disc player, Sony one, and it wasn't ejecting, and that's exactly the same drive belt. Same thing around a pulley on a motor. So it's very handy knowing all this. Yeah, it's just simple stuff, really. Yeah.
And there's usually a YouTube video as well. If it's more complicated, there's usually a YouTube video to.
I've been trying to polish up my soldering skills this week, so it's like it's weird because I was just doing the basics wrong, like not tinning the soldering iron, which you have to do. Otherwise, if it's all oxidized, you're never going to get it melting on. And then, you don't actually put solder on your soldering iron. You put it on the joint where you're going, and it's pretty simple stuff to learn.
Yeah,
But it's
I mean,
always handy to know.
It's been nearly 20 years since I was loose with a soldering iron back in school.
Yeah, I haven't done that since 2006.
yeah, I've repaired a few things, but I'm not very good at using the soldering iron really. But I think it's good enough for whatever I need to do. Like it's usually battery compartments, putting new springs on them. I've done that a few times. I think I did a video a couple of times about it.
All right.
But yeah, I listed this radio here, which is really nice. So I put it on for £50.
Ooh.
And this was a nice item as well. This Bakelite radio.
Oh, that's nice.
And
that worked, did it?
Yeah. The only thing is the volume knobs is really sort of crackly. I know you can fix it, but I haven't bothered, to be honest. I just declared it in the description.
Yeah, that's a pot, isn't it? Like a potentiometer, which is just like changes the voltage to it, and you can just squirt like electric cleaner in there, and if you twizzle it, that would normally do it because it will remove the dirt.
Yeah, I turned it a number of times, and it did improve it, but it's still crackly. But I'm hoping that the very nature of the item, people will probably want to tinker with it anyway. Probably.
Yeah, if you declared it.
Yeah, it's such an old item. This was a bit annoying. This turntable, I've had that for ages. It's been sitting in my shelves for ages. It's supposed to be quite a high ticket item. Probably got about £100 if it all works, because it's got the speakers with it as well. But it's knackered. It doesn't work. So it's all seized up. It probably needs a new belt on it, but the actual mechanism that moves the arm and stuff's also really seized. And stuff. So it's not really worth messing about with. So I've put that on for spares or repairs. And what else I got? I found a really nice typewriter in there.
Is this the one you got the questions on?
Yeah, they want to know how a ribbon reverse or something works, and they sent me about 10 steps on how to do it. But then at the end of the message, they said I might just take a punt anyway. So at the moment, I haven't bothered to do it. If they still haven't bought it by the morning, I might make the effort to do it, because it's £80. But yeah, it was a really nice typewriter.
How heavy is something like that? I mean, is it sort of between 5 and 10 kilograms?
Yeah, that one is. It's reasonably light for one of those, really. Others can be quite heavy.
Yeah, I've sent some of the electric ones, and they can be quite heavy.
Yeah, the old electric ones, I think they're even heavier because they have like motors in and stuff like that. So.
Chris B's talking about soldering in the chat. Plenty of flux. Oh yeah, plenty of flux. And make sure you clean it. That's the two things I've learned. Don't leave flux on a circuit board. It'll knacker it.
Fair enough. I won't trust myself, to be honest, with soldering iron these days.
I'll just have a go. You might as well have a go. It's a good skill. You know, if you can, if you bought something like a tool or something, and just one of the wires has come off one of the battery terminals or somewhere on the circuit board, just have a confidence, because if you're not going to do it, it's worthless anyway. So you kind of think.
True, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do any harm really. And those battery terminals are very cheap as well. You can get like a bag of 10 of them for like £3 from China again. Or at least he used to be able to. I don't know if he can even get
a new YouTube series, Soldering with Andrew.
Oh, there you go.
Drunken soldering with Andrew.
New cans of cider along the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like you to see you do that when you're drunk. That'd be good.
Sounds more dangerous than your mowing.
Electrocution right there.
Right, so I've got and 2 items that I want to show you. I've made mistakes with the listings. And I was just wondering if you could figure out where the mistake was made.
Oh, all right, go on. It's like a quiz question.
Mistake with TatPeddler.
Spot the mistake.
Yeah. Let me just figure out how to add it. Oh, here you go.
Cool. I don't worry, I mentioned it all the time, so.
So this is one of the items.
PS2. You put PS2.
No, PS. Oh,
Yeah, it's best to.
well, that's the mistake I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
These items have been refunded, by the way. So, so I'll show you the other picture. There's a picture there.
That is FIFA. That's not FIFA 14 in there, is it?
FIFA 30 disc.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I was looking in the S in PlayStation.
That's shoddy work, that is.
Capital letter.
Shoddy work.
Because I would put the S in lowercase.
You might as well have done
Yeah.
a title saying some football game for some console.
Yeah. Roll up, get it here now.
Have a
So, so the way I dealt with this, I did actually notice this before I sent it out.
Right.
And I said to the buyer, I can either cancel or I can send it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll chuck in another PS3 game, which was Pro Evolution Soccer 10.
That's very generous of you. Jesus.
So I ended up accepting that. So, and it's going to a prison. So,
God.
Yeah.
trust that you won't come after me or something. But hopefully you just want a game. So he's getting this, and
He's going to fashion it into some sort of blade and
yeah,
kill
he
the
probably
prison
wants
guards and
it,
escape.
like a knife.
Make a decent shiv out of that.
So yeah, that's the first mistake.
All right.
And this is the
Two microphones, Derek. Two microphones.
Yeah, you do realise they're not.
No, it's one microphone.
They're not Disney, are they?
one microphone.
Are they Disney?
Yeah, Disney.
Yes, cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Two microphones.
But if I scroll over to the discs, I'll show you that one first. High School Musical, Wray.
That looks all right.
That
I know
one,
this one because you already told me it.
High School
Same
Musical.
disc.
Dear me.
Still the same disc, yeah.
So that's the same disc on both games. So yes, another cock up there.
Although, would you really notice? Would you really play it? I mean,
But the
Well,
buyer
some
got
person would notice, yeah.
the buyer got this
Right
one,
spot.
and they complained. They said that they wanted a refund for the mistake, but also I can't remember how they put it.
compensation for mental torture.
It was compensation for something. Dishonesty, that's what they said. I'm being dishonest. And I said it's a genuine mistake. So I said I can give you a partial refund. Then they went away and say not only does one of the thingates doesn't work, the other one doesn't work either.
Oh.
But they said it used to work, but now it's crashing. So in the end, I just said, right, just send the lot back. And I'm still waiting for them to open a returns case. So
Yeah.
they may not, hopefully. But
Dodgy media sellers. AIDS.
yeah, so that was a complete cock up. And yeah, 14, 20.
I'm waiting for you to ship a typewriter to somebody who's ordered a stereo.
Well, probably about 2 months ago, I sent a Guitar Hero, and I sent the wrong one. I sent one I hadn't listed yet. It was sitting on the floor. It was exactly the same one, but it was in like a really battered box. I'd listed the really good one because I had one that was basically brand new, and that's the one they bought. I sent out the really badly battered one. So I would sort of say, I've sent out the wrong one. I'll send you out the correct one. Can you return the other one? But he said he would, but he's basically just kept them both. So he's stolen them, even though I sent him a returns label. So that was another cock up as well. But they only cost me like £2 each.
Yeah.
So I think they were like 50 quid the one he bought. So I made loads of profit on it anyway. But yeah, that was a bit annoying.
So basically, folks, if you're looking to buy media, don't buy from Derek. Any description.
You'll probably end up with something like that.
Or a typewriter.
Yeah, fee for. I've got a selection of PES games here for PlayStation 3. None of them are worth anything. Yeah, I don't really like media, to be honest with you. I listed quite a lot at the beginning of all this crisis, and sold out quite a lot of stuff. But I'm left with all the stuff that I suppose nobody wants now. So I'm going to bundle it all up, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at the chat, because I think we've been ignored.
Yeah, quite a few people popped in.
Yeah, quite a few people have popped in, haven't they?
Mhm.
Thank you, UK, Neil T. Hello. Stu Mandry. Marie Perry Lip. Johnny 40 Coats. Aids in. Are you Aid? Kath Palmer. Hiya. Antique Curios. Hiya. Yeah, so I think Richard had a few vintage computers to share with us.
Yeah.
Is that right? You want to show them?
I've been clearing out a bit of my storage and found a few old computers.
Oh, Spectrum 48. I've got one
Oh,
of those.
lovely, yeah.
I
Actually,
showed it the other day.
Really?
How do you put it on the full screen?
Yeah.
Does it work, Richard?
I haven't tested it yet.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got to test it. I could plug it in. I'd love to get a Spectrum working.
Oh.
No.
We got a tracking view of Richard's computer there.
How would I get Richard on the full screen here? How do you do it? Oh, solo layout. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, going for Richard, yeah.
There's that other one there. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got all the power supply, or just?
I have, but I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
How have you got your hair cut? And here I am looking like bloody.
Oh, have you got the box in the background there?
I've got
Wow.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Mm.
I had that box.
Wow.
Jesus.
And how long has that been on your death pile?
I've had that about 2 years, and I only paid $5 for it.
Oh my
The
God!
car boot sale.
Do you remember when we used to pick up them every week, like 3 of them from that house clearance guy at the car boot sale back in the late 90s? You used to get about 5 of them a week, didn't we?
What's this Amstrad word processor or something? What is it?
That one as well there.
Ah, cool.
Oh, Z88.
Cambridge Z88.
That's got to be worth a pretty penny, is it not?
So that's not Sinclair, is it? That's something completely different.
It's from Clive Sinclair, but it's the company he set up after he sold
Ah, right. Sinclair.
Sinclair to Amstrad.
Yeah, he sold it to Amstrad.
It was just called Cambridge.
Wow.
I think they got.
He must have thought really long and hard about that name. He must have sat there and thought, what am I going to call my company? And then he's gone past the sign saying, welcome to Cambridge. Yes, that is it. That is the name for a top company.
Yeah. Maybe you should start a company.
After he named his first company after himself.
How much is something like that
about
worth?
50 of those.
How much is that worth, roughly?
Between £50 and £70.
Nice.
But I've got about 50 of them.
50.
What?
Yeah, there's ones in those red boxes. Derek knows the ones.
They're the red box things.
Yeah.
I was
Were they picked up all in one go, or just
Yeah.
like over time?
I've got about 200 of them. I sold loads of them off.
Where on earth do you pick up 200 Z?
They came from a school.
Didn't you have the opportunity to buy more though, at the time?
I could have bought about 1,000.
Oh my God!
It was very early on. I bought them in 2003, I think it was.
Oh God, a long
Hang
time.
on. How long have they been sat there for then? That's 17 years ago.
Walk past them every day.
But I have sold about 150 of them. But
We'll be on the bloody Antiques Roadshow soon.
Yeah.
Do you think
So
that
how much did 200 of those cost you? Like 200 quid or something ridiculous?
I paid, I think it was £4 each for them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it?
Oh,
I need something like that.
I've also got
If anybody is selling any of those, let me know.
Here he goes.
Ah, ZX is a Spectrum. No, Amstrad.
No.
Oh.
yeah, I had one of them recently.
Which decade did you purchase that one in?
can't actually remember. But I've got a monitor for that as well.
I sold an Amstrad word processing computer for 200, I think it was.
Is that like a PW?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I picked it up for like 20 quid, and it just needed a couple of new drive belts on the disk drives.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but yeah, it's a great little flip. Let's see if I can find it.
There's a few over there as well. SNESes.
Have you got the controllers? And
Yeah, I've got some controllers, but again, they're in the bottom of a box somewhere.
so, do you plan on getting those listed soon, or
Yeah, I may do.
they'll be there?
Very
If I
casual.
can find the power supplies. They need testing because I've literally just brought them home and they've gone in a pile in my storage.
Yeah, PCW, Derek, 8512.
Right.
Yeah, 185 it sold for. So.
Yeah, because
And it was a pickup as well, which was a bonus because I think it was all with the like the monitor and the computers in there with the keyboard, and it also had like a printer as well. But it was all minty and in the original box, so the box was like as tall as anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good to shift. But it was nice getting it home from the car boot because typical car boot. I think it was last summer. It was went in there hoping to whiz round, get loads of small valuable stuff, and first thing I buy is this big ridiculous thing that I've got to go back to the car to dump. And yeah, I was just glad I fixed it actually because opening up something like that, you just always worried you might kill yourself by touching some capacitor or something. So
yeah, a lot of the time, if I'm trying to fix something, I end up making the problem worse.
oh yeah, I've done that.
You can easily do. It's, if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how to take it apart properly and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Like little clips or something can get damaged.
I mean, what have I got? I picked up a Commodore once, and that was absolutely knackered. But I just sold it for parts because there was no way that I could have got that working. And I've got an Atari 2600, and it powers up fine, but you don't get the picture. So I think one of the chips has gone. So there's loads of stuff on the internet about how to fix it, but I think it involves ordering chips and trying to you've got to know. I think there's three main ones in there, and you have to get the right one. And I wouldn't have a clue how to go through and fault test it and do all that.
Unless it was worth a lot of money, I probably wouldn't bother. I'd just sell it as is.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. I mean, I could sell it as is, and it might sell for like 20 quid. But it's just like, I have this dream that one day I'll be able to fix it, but I don't think I will.
Yeah.
So it's just sitting around.
I'll share something I sold recently that I was a bit concerned about selling.
I've got a dream that I'm going to test all the Scalextric sets I bought one day. Never going to happen.
No, I've got about 3 sets in my death piles. I'm thinking about just selling like the parts off as separate things.
The one that was new and sealed, and you didn't know where to open it.
Yeah, this I got from the auctions. It came with another TV that was open. It was in its box, but it was open, so I could see it. But this
Is there no way you could have kind of carefully removed that sort of binding tape and then slowly taken off the sellotape, or you didn't want to risk it?
I could have done. I mean, I could have opened it, but then would it have affected its possible value? Because it was sealed with the original sellotape on it.
The original sellotape is why someone's buying it.
Which may sort of,
I don't know.
increase the value.
I just kind of think I would want to check it's working, but because I wouldn't want to return on it. But it's a difficult one, isn't it?
So, do you think it was in there or not?
It's just a dead dog in there or something.
Was it new?
You can tell by the weight on that, though.
The TV was in there, but was it new?
Was it working? That's the thing.
What do you think?
Well, these auction houses. Do you know whether it was? Have you sold it?
I've received
A complaint.
Oh, great. Question.
Another complaint.
I know whether it was good or not.
I'd say it was good. That's my feeling on it.
What about you, Richard?
Yeah,
I think you know anyway, do you? That?
I'd say the same. I'd say it was good.
About you, Andrew?
You've shipped in the microwave.
Having trouble.
About you, Peter? What do you think?
Well, I would. 1 sec. I might have to go back out and go back in again. Having trouble with the webcam.
All right. Okay. No worries.
Yeah. Just shove me the link. I should be okay.
Come on,
All
Derek.
right.
I can't stand the suspense.
I'm just going to have a look at the
The
chat.
letter of complaint.
Kath thinks it wasn't good.
It's a hell of a risk on £180 item. I think I'd just have to open it up. And
Ali reckons it was working. Any other guesses when I give Peter the link to the chat?
yeah, Chris B is talking about sort of like doing a test on circuit boards. There's quite a few good YouTube channels as well. My mate Vince is a good one, and there's an American one as well where they just buy stacks of consoles and fix them all up. They buy loads of switches and fix them all up and tell you how to do them. So it's quite good. Okay,
I'll let you know it was brand new.
It was brand new.
Positive. Well, he left me positive feedback anyway. Whether it was brand new, I still don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure
I would have thought if they left you feedback.
they would have, for the price I got for it, I think they would have been pretty annoyed if it wasn't brand new.
But to use it, he's got to. I mean, he's either using it for something else, or he's going to have to fix up some sort of digital receiver, isn't he? Because it's all analog signal in that thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but people want them for
People do want them, yeah.
Gaming and that sort of thing. I sell a lot of second-hand ones, and I usually get about £70 for those.
I sold £150. I think it was a Sony TV video combo.
Yeah, Sony Trinity.
150 quid, I think, and it got broken. It's the only time I used UPS, apart from Amazon, but use them for an eBay sale. Yeah. And it arrived smashed, and I said, I got him to send it back because I wasn't too sure, and it had smashed, and I thought I packed it well, but obviously not, because it was bubble wrap in a box in another box with void filler. Yeah. But those things you really I assume that's got like polystyrene in, like.
Yeah, well, I hope it does, because all I basically did was wrap it in cardboard and post it.
It was rattling around in there.
And I sent it UPS as well.
That's my biggest ever refund. I had to do 150 quid, and I pay for the postage there. I pay for postage to get it sent back. It's like, oh bloody hell! So yeah. I kind of like I'm always wary about getting CRT televisions. It's but they're good, if you can get them cheap. Because I bought it for £5, so I was kind of thinking, well, if I kind of look at it another way, I've probably only lost like maybe 20-30 quid, and I've got to look at it like that rather than losing £150 plus the postage.
Yeah.
So, but there you go, live and learn.
I like picking them up. I usually spend up to about a tenner on one now. Yeah. Pretty much any.
Well, George sold one to PewDiePie, didn't he? And it's in the background of his stream, so crazy.
I don't even know what PewDiePie does on YouTube, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
I've never watched him.
No.
It's a real blokey chat, according to Kath.
Do you reckon he
We could talk about baking.
I could cook spaghetti bolognese.
Andrew does cooking with Andrew.
I haven't had time to do my dinner yet.
We've done Payne's pancakes. Yeah, so I think that was all I had on my list to chat about. So we could open the questions up to the chat, see if anybody anybody's got any questions for any of us.
Questions for the collective reselling knowledge that we've got here. The world's greatest clothing reseller sat right here.
I know I am, yeah.
I was talking about me.
I thought it was me.
I actually sold clothing yesterday, and I sold a pair of shoes today.
I sold a pair of shoes today.
They're
A pair of brown shoes, which I got 5 from somewhere.
We're in trouble now because we talked about cooking being a feminine topic.
Who the hell is interested in baking?
I never talked about it. I said I was a good cook. That was all I said.
There we go. Sold these today. A lovely pair of Echo shoes that have been hanging around for absolutely yonks.
Somebody's
Yes.
obviously preparing for a night on the town.
Yeah.
I've got
I'm
various.
sending those off to Mr. Peter Wray. No, that's but yeah, they've been hanging around for ages.
I listed loads of clothing about 2 months ago, and I've sold a lot of it, but I've still got loads more to list, so I might do another batch of them, trying to get shot of them.
I'm so glad
Yeah,
I've
I've
been
got
sorting my
shoes,
Lego out
coats.
because that Lego that I've had has been hanging around for like 2 years. And honestly, if I'm doing the sort of stuff that if it doesn't get done now, it will never get done. Because this, I kind of think I'm doing all this stuff and it's filling the days. And if there were suddenly car boots on, I don't quite know how I'd fit it all in. And obviously, I've done in previous years, but I think, God, if I had like that Easter weekend and I'd have done like 5 or 6 car boots, totally wiped me out. It's weird how you get used to not having them. It's strange.
I think you'll be walking around car boots like an asthmatic when we're allowed out.
Yeah, it'll be like supermarket sweep. We've just like be in some sort of manic, panic. Did he just sniff them? I did just sniff them, Georgina. You have to sniff them. Sniff the shoe.
Yeah, last weekend would have been big boot sale weekend, wouldn't it? Would have had 4 days of 4 days.
Bank holiday Friday this weekend, this Friday as well. Could have been out,
Yeah.
all those V-Day craft fairs and whatever with bric-a-brac stores.
Yeah, I am quite enjoying going through my death piles though.
How long could you last for though? I mean, because I haven't got that much, to be honest. It's.
I think good items I've got. If I'm talking about, I basically listed 10 things today, which is I try to do that every day if possible.
Yeah.
Going on the basis of that, I've probably got about a month of reasonably good items.
Yeah. Christ, I could go another year.
I've got a lot of other items that may or may not be very good.
It's weird though, because the sales have been all right. I'm well up on last year, but I do kind of think, Jesus, if I'd have been car booting as well and had new stuff as well, because that's the stuff that normally sells, is the new stuff you put on. I'd be absolutely caning it, but I guess people wouldn't be buying if we weren't in lockdown. So
I should have an opportunity to get some new stock as well, which I'm going to do because I don't know how long things are going to go on for. So I'm going to continue to get. There's an online auction. So how it works is that you can't view the items, you can't go there or anything. You only bid online, and when you go to pick it up, it's basically you arrange a time to go and pick it up, and it's all sort of set out for you to load up, basically. which is good because I don't really want to get in contact with anybody. So
Yeah.
it's ideal. So I'm hoping to get some stuff from that, and that's on next weekend. So
Tax Shack's just asking if any of us have bought car boot house clearance stock, a job lot. No, I mean I've only sort of, you know, I know my sort of house clearance guys at the car boots, and will just buy bits and bobs off them at a car boot. But I've never bought a massive haul. I wouldn't mind doing that actually.
I'm
Kind of
basically the same. I did try to get. There's somebody I know that goes to one of my boot sales, and he's mentioned that he has a couple of lockups full of stuff.
Yeah.
And I have mentioned going there. This was obviously before the lockdown and stuff. Going there and basically going through his stuff at his locker instead of going to the boot sale. But yeah, he says it's too hard. I think it's the problem, a bit like what Andrew had before he had the cow shed, is that he'd have to completely empty it onto the road or something to be able to go through it. It's just in crates, you know, and you can't get to any of it.
I used to buy job lots, but you soon stop because you realise that you'll get a few good quality items in there, and then you'll be left with a load of crap that you can't get rid of, and it just takes up space. So better source quality.
I mean, my problem is that I can always go to the car boot, cherry pick what I want, and fill the car every week, you know, when the boot sales are on. So I don't really need to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because the boot sales are so good around me. I think if you didn't have very good boot sales and you didn't have auctions and stuff, then it's probably something I'd look more into.
Chris B has just put he's got a Wii Fit board and one of them's new and unused inside.
All right. Didn't George sell a new one on Amazon for like
£100 or
£200? Yeah, it was getting on to 200, I think. 180, was it?
Well, I've got one in a box and it's still got the plastic bag. So, but I mean, how do you tell whether it's actually new and is it like sealed in that bag? I mean, I don't know. I've got that on eBay. It's used.
Might be worth checking because I had one from the auction and you could tell it hadn't been used. You could just, you know, even from the smell of it, you know, you can smell it. It smells new.
Smelling your Wii boards.
Instead of smelly feet, it's got like nice plasticky smell or something.
Yeah. I mean, if the box was, I don't know if the original box is sealed. I guess it would be because it's like a Nintendo thing. There'd be something on it, but Chris was saying he opened his and he saw that it was sealed, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot wait to source again. It seems really weird because, I mean, my last car boot was the beginning of September last year because it was, I think all the rest got rained off. And then I hit a load of jumble sales sort of after Christmas up to when the lockdown started, really. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, it's quite strange thinking about you know, when is there next? If there aren't any boot fairs for the rest of this year, I have done Facebook Marketplace and saw some bits, but it's not something I do to regularly get. I think I've done it about 3 times just to sort of get like Playmobil Victorian mansions and things like that. You know, big sort of Ben Fitzpatrick type stuff. You know, so
if you want to do Facebook to source stuff, I think you really need to spend time on there. You know, make it like a routine every day.
You do need to make it a routine because I mean, I
go
go
like
on
an hour just looking at it. You know, every morning or something.
Well, I get fed up. I go on there and I can be looking for an hour, and if I don't find anything, I'm hacked off it. And I think the trick is maybe do like 15 minutes 3 times a day or something. But I missed out on an Atari with like 30 games, and it was 30 quid or something. It wasn't a 2600. It was one of the versions afterwards, and it was just around the corner from me. And one person had got in before, and I was like, oh Jesus, that's so annoying, you know.
Yeah. I must admit, I don't like sourcing off Facebook. I've done it a couple of times, but it's very sort of flaky on whether you know it's going to still be there when you turn up and that sort of thing as well. So sell it to someone else in the meantime, you know. Or
Well, I
that's
think, I mean, it's probably the same everywhere, but I mean, I think there are a lot of resellers around sort of like South London sort of area, and they're all going to be like looking at that sort of stuff. And
yeah.
but maybe I should give it a go. And eBay, I don't really do eBay snipes either. Maybe I should do that. So
I think Richard's been doing some eBay snipes. Didn't you get a plumbing haul or something?
Sorry?
Did you get some plumbing stuff from eBay?
Yeah, I got some plumbing stuff last August.
Yeah.
Drove down, I think it was £57, and I drove down to London to pick it up, Romford. And I think the listed value was about £2,500.
okay, that's all right.
Wow.
And the
So how
lot
much-
sold.
So how much do you think you've made so far off the whole deal?
Was keeping a running track of it. I think I was up to something about 1,200, and I stopped keeping track.
Yeah.
And I've made an absolute fortune on it.
Yeah.
I picked up a load of DVDs that someone was chucking out, and almost killed me. It was only round the corner, but like it's amazing how heavy DVDs
Oh, I
are.
saw that one. Yeah.
And there was a Billy bookcase in there as well. But what is that?
It's,
Is that the fan for a boiler unit?
yeah,
Is it?
I think that one's listed for about 150.
So do you just look on the model numbers and all of that?
Look at what model numbers on, so it's just a matter of looking at the model number. And
I used to do a bit of plumbing, so I've got a load of plumbing stuff I could probably sell.
and there's stuff like this, just in the boxes.
Yeah.
So, like a circuit board for a boiler.
Yeah, PCB.
Oh yeah.
I had to change one of those on my. It's the first thing. Well, it was before I became before I got trained up in plumbing. I got a quote for replacing the PCB on my boiler, which was like 200 quid, and I just thought, I'll do it myself, order it. And I remember when I turned it on, I was so scared that like I might actually blow up the house just from changing this circuit board around. But it was all right. So
These things are fairly simple when you actually
yeah.
get to them, I find. You know,
As long as you remember to turn the electricity off of the bit you're working on, which I have forgotten to do and just realised just as I was about to touch it. I was like, oh, hang on a minute. So there you go.
let's just have another look at the chat. Joanne's in. Hello, Joanne. Espresso. Hello. Nice to have you here. Funky UK. I think he asked me a question. Where am I? I think somewhere. I did notice it earlier. Oh yeah, where are you, Derek? I'm in Fife in Scotland. Been here for 20 years now. But I'm not actually Scottish. I'm originally from Wolverhampton, where Richard lives. Yeah, tech chat. Tom, he's got plumbing stuff. Oh, he's a plumber. That's why he would have plumbing stuff there.
Someone was asking earlier whether we get stuff pat tested before, electrics before we send them off. I don't.
No.
A lot of the stuff I buy is already pat tested. If I got it like a BHF home or
yeah, if you get it from the charity shops, it's generally pat tested. It has to be pat tested, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise I don't worry about it at all because I think isn't there some sort of thing where it should be a certain test being done, but I don't think it has to be pat tested.
Do a visual test.
Sorry, what's that?
Do a visual test.
Visual test. I know there was something like distance selling regulations. You have to do that sort of test, but
No bare wires and all that sort of thing.
yeah. What about selling things like as faulty? Is there any sort of issues with that? Because if they've got issues, they might not necessarily function safely, shall we say? say the old 50s radio I've got, who knows what will happen to that? You leave that plugged in all day, you just don't know, do you? I suppose it's just
Yeah.
just the way those things are, I guess. I don't know. Right, so we're coming towards the end of the hour. I don't want to overrun because I think Lady does her quiz.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got spaghetti bolognese to ruin.
Oh dear.
Is that your dinner tonight? Is it?
It is hand cooked by my own fair hands,
Not to ruin down your top.
using my homemade sauce from Aldi.
Did you make your own pasta, Andrew? And
I've made, while I've been doing important government work on the sidelines, I've been making pasta, feeding the nation and myself at the same time. The word hero is often overused, but not in my context.
we all know who to blame when it all goes tits up.
True. Yep. True.
Don't even go there. I've already had the blame for stuff today.
Oh dear.
So to wrap it up, anybody who's got YouTube channels, got any plans on any videos coming out soon?
Not for 6 months.
What about
I've got well, I was thinking of doing like I'm just like unashamedly trying to get subs in for my channel, trying to get to that 1,000. I did I mean, I'll do anything. No, not quite anything. I was thinking of doing a top 10 tips for selling on eBay, but every reseller under the sun's done that. But I was a bit hacked.
Everybody's tips might be different though. So
yeah, well, that's true. So I might do that because obviously there's no sourcing going on, so you can't really show anything. So a lot of it is just sort of like sales or post office. But I did a video which I thought would be really great this week, which was Star Wars Lego, and I thought it's got Star Wars, it's got Lego. It's going to get so many views. It's going to be brilliant. And it was my worst ever performing video. I think it had about 30 views after about a day. So I was like, I don't get this.
Oh, don't worry. It happens.
But I'll do my 5 live. And I said on Monday, I said, look, please, if anybody's got any ideas, let me know. Because I've not got a clue about YouTube. So
what about you, Peter?
For me, I've got a video coming out tomorrow afternoon. A vlog that I did over the last few days, which includes a little bit of the birthday weekend, etc. I did quite a bit on Saturday, a little bit on Sunday, and Monday I did a little bit. And then I've got my live 8:30 tomorrow night, Wednesday, which will be Wednesday the 6th. Not sure on topic yet, but hopefully get a few guests on and have a chat and for an hour and a half. Apart from that, it's just what I can think of, and because obviously not much sourcing going on, so I can't do what people like, the sourcing videos. So have to sort of think of others to do. But yeah, if you can join me around 8:30 tomorrow night, then be appreciated.
Yeah, definitely will. For me, I think I'm going to have. I've got a couple of DIY videos coming out. One isn't related to reselling, so people.
Is it like changing rooms or something? You're going to start doing a Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
I won't say what it is, but it's going to be a parts thing, so it'll be run over like 5 parts. So I've got that, and I'm also going to try doing a live during the day, but it's not this sort of live. It's a different sort of live, but I won't mention that either. Just keep an eye.
Oh, man, a mystery! Fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't know how successful it will be, but
is it naked with Derek?
It could be. It could be.
Wearing women's clothing with Derek.
Is it doing the dishes with Derek?
It's not cleaning. It's not drinking with Derek, or cooking with Derek, or mowing with Derek.
I've been cleaning videos as well. Once.
Yeah, cleaning, yeah.
Getting high with Derek. How about that?
The DIY with Derek.
Is it a tour of your estate and all the grounds?
No, it's not that either.
Counting,
Although
counting.
I might do that at some point.
Cool.
Yeah, best wrap this up anyway, because I know Lainey's going to be going live with her quiz if she's not already. So thanks everybody for coming to view, and thank you to all my guests.
It's okay.
Bye, everyone. Bye, ladies.
I'll put a link to all your channels.
Thank you very much.
Even Richard's into the description.
Yeah, come Richard.
And go and sub to them. And yeah, hopefully see you soon, maybe even next week. Maybe.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, thanks guys.
Bye guys, take care.
I'll see you later. Bye for now.
Bye.